Hey, we mentioned Bruce, and as a side note, I do have to ask. I've heard Bruce say in the past that at this time you would carry large sums of cash on your person, so that if anyone ever tried to call you out on not really being the $1 million man, you could prove it, and then you just give the receipts to Vince. Is there any truth to
Oh,
that?
oh gosh, absolutely. I mean, from the first day I signed the contract, and Vince had this, whoever it was, somebody in the office walked in the room, counted out $2,000 in brand new $100 bills, and Vince says, "Ted, this is your flash cash." He says, "Here's what I want you to do." He says, "Now, don't abuse it. If you abuse it, you lose it." He says, "But you got to pick the right spot, whether it's in a restaurant, a hotel, an airport, wherever you can, lay down the cash and pick up the tab." And he said, like you've had dinner in a really nice restaurant, you get up and say, "Hey, everybody, just announcement for you. This is your lucky night. I'm Ted DiBiase. I'm the $1 million man of World Wrestling Federation. And your meal is on me tonight, just to prove to everybody that I'm not really a bad guy. Virgil, collect the checks." Virgil go around, get all the checks. We'd add them up. I mean, and bang, 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 lay down the cash, take the receipt back to Vince, and they replenish the money. And Vince wrote that off as marketing. And that's
It
exactly
is.
what it was, marketing. But I mean, I mean, when he I mean, my mouth had to be like this, really. And he said, "Ted," he says, "you're going to be one of the hottest heels I've ever had." And I said, "Yeah," in front of the crowd and in the dressing room too, with everybody else, because nobody else is getting treated like that. And that was the other thing. It was like, he said, "Ted," he says, "I don't want you staying at the Holiday Inn anymore." He said, "You stay at the Hilton, the Hyatt, the Marriott, whatever. You stay at the exclusive hotels." He says, and again, for the first like year or so, I had limousine service every day.
Oh,
I mean, airport to hotel, hotel to Coliseum, Coliseum back to hotel. And of course, I wondered if that might create some heat with the other guys, and it really didn't, because they were like, you know what, if I'd had that chance, I'd have jumped on it too.
and speaking of Bruce, he commented on that situation as well, because he was asked by Conrad Thompson on their podcast, Something to Wrestle. He was asked, "Did Ted get a lot of heat with the boys? I mean, he's riding around in limbos, 5-star restaurants, he's getting all this petty cash. Like, how did the boys feel about it?" And Bruce said Ted earned it, and all the boys knew that. Like,
Yeah,
Ted had worked in the industry for a long time, had busted his ass, had established himself, so
yeah,
he earned it.
yeah.
And man, what a hell of a spot to find yourself in, though. Incredible.